always thought that the hype for Marathon seems completely fake and best case scenario forced. And it seems like I am not the only one who considered this.
Hype for our game is totally authentic. You believe me, don't you?
No.
Come on. This is Bungie we're talking about. You can trust us.
Yeah, good old Bungie. Remember Halo? No, I actually don't.
No, man.
Marathon is the real deal. Just go on Reddit and you'll see what I'm talking about. Trust me, bro.
Shit, no, man.
Reddit, eh?
What's up, space pirates? This is your admiral, the maximally malicious Dr. Disaster. And have you ever wondered how it is that certain video games which look like crap will get all kinds of hype on social media leading up to their release, and then when the...
Now, to be fair, there are a lot of very stupid people out there. A lot of people who are gonna actually virtue signal for a game like this for free just because it's against the wrong people. You know, the chuds, the evil ones.
time comes,
Of Voldemort.
nobody buys it.
That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, it's just bullshit.
A perfect example of this is Dragon Age the Veilguard. There were posts all over social media of people talking about how amazing that game looked, how they were excited to play it on day one, and it really looks like BioWare had cooked with that game, and all that sort of thing.
The Return to Form, remember that one?
And yet, I personally had met literally zero people in real life who were actually enthusiastic about the Veilguard. The game looked like shit, and sure enough, when it released, Dragon Age had a catastrophic release which caused BioWare to have to let go of the bulk of their developers and shrink down to a skeleton crew.
How?
Which I personally think is good, amazing, and great.
How could this happen?
Well, I know that a lot of people have long suspected that this phenomenon, which happens way too often, well, I at least personally suspected that bots or content farms were the culprit. Games like South of Midnight, Avowed, Highguard, Concord, they all seem to have a ton of support online, making it seem like...
Actually, considering I covered South of Midnight, which by the way, turns out was Xbox's AAA development thing? What the hell? South of Midnight is legitimately supposed to fill in a role of almost like a AAA development, which is crazy. I did not see any positivity about South of Midnight, by the way. I covered that thing because it looked absolutely A. That's it. I don't know anyone else who honestly even covered it. I think Vera Dark did one video on South of Midnight and that's it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure I was the only person who was making fun of it for being a disaster.
These are going to be huge hits, but then nobody buys the games and or nobody plays them. When a game is coming out that I think looks like shit, but social media is a buzz, I don't like making the bot or content farm excuse. I just shrug my shoulders and pay attention to more...
To be honest, everything is a content farm. Every streamer's pretty much exclusively view botting. It's not a secret nowadays, everyone knows it. There's also botting goes to a far greater extent than most people imagine. For example, the biggest streamers are not only using bots that are, supportive of their thing and give it a false boost, but they are also using bots that actually legitimately find out criticism of those people and then post comments like "I'll take it sounds like you're just desperate, oh you want to leech off," and things like that. Now granted, there are people who legitimately are that sadly stupid and think in these ways, But most of them are, no, actually, none of them are 13. They're probably 25 and can't keep a stable job in McDonald's. But I digress. There are also bots like this, because it not only is pushing your stuff beneficial, but making other people's stuff look less good is also something that benefits these people.
Tangible information like what the Steam charts are saying, but now, based on what we are seeing concerning Marathon, it sure seems like maybe there is a good reason to suspect that the supposed hype for these things is not actually authentic.
How's that for a touch of reality, buddy?
This screenshot of a Discord server, which claims to pay people for making posts on Reddit talking about Marathon and hyping it up, has just started circulating social media, and if this is true, then there really
It said $3 per comment, $5 per post. Listen, I am in the wrong industry. I need to make a Reddit account.
is no coming back from this for Bungie. This is the lowest of the low, being supposedly caught paying people to post positive material for their new game. They've suffered through a series of scandals on this game which have already tarnished their reputation. This would be a major black eye though, and while these screenshots alone are not proof that this is happening, it is strong evidence, and considering all of the other shady crap that Bungie has gotten caught with, particularly concerning Marathon, well, I am finding it very difficult to doubt that this is true. The whole Marathon situation is
Yeah, I mean, this is not even the main reason why I think stuff like this can be easily true. I think for me, the main reason why these things are true, that companies will do more and more desperate things, is as simple as, well, Bungie's on its last rope. Destiny is dead, literally, pretty much effectively dead, and something needs to replace it, and the only thing they have is Marathon. Other than, do you know what Destiny? Do you know what Bungie is gonna do now? Nothing. Nothing. They have nothing. There's no projects. There's no games. There's nothing for at least a couple of years at this point. So they only have Marathon to put all of their eggs in. They don't have a choice. It's like Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh, Assassin's Creed Shadows is actually the cheapest game we have ever made, while your company is literally going under. No. If you're a multi-billion-dollar company and things are going bad, you're not like, okay, let's use as little money as possible for a project like this and hope that it does somehow well. No. You go all in because you don't have another way. Because going small is not going to work out. It never does in these situations. Well, admittedly it can, but when you actually look at the positives and negatives of going small versus large, large wins. If you're on your last rope, I mean, it doesn't really matter if you're gonna declare bankruptcy with $0 in the bank or $100 million in the bank. You're still declaring bankruptcy, you know?
turning into a spectacle like a car wreck that you cannot avert your eyes from.
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
Good. Absolutely. Based
Alrighty,
in fact.
buddies. After the art scandal situation,
By the way, like and subscribe right now. It's the best thing you can do. It takes less than a second and it greatly helps me out. No, seriously, it does. You have so much power with your like and subscribe. So thank you for everyone who does. Do it right now. It takes less than a second.
that happened with Marathon last year, if this content farm situation ends up being true, then I just do not see how there is any recovery for Bungie. For anyone who might not remember, there was an artist last year who complained that their art was being used in Marathon without their permission and without any compensation, and it was so blatantly true that Bungie essentially admitted to it and then started working behind the scenes to fix this for the artist.
Which is, by the way, a long-standing tradition of Bungie. And you know what's the best part? As far as I know, no artist has sued them. No artist has sued them. even though I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's very easy to create a slam dunk case if they have a literal history of stealing, like Bungie does. They have stolen so much stuff from Destiny to Marathon. There are, I don't know how many, 5 scandals, 5+ situations where in the last 2 years, by the way, I'm talking about, just where Bungie has stolen art. And it's, by the way, it's unmistakably stolen art because Bungie fixed it behind the scenes and paid these people a little bit.
They came to an agreement out of court, and the artist was undoubtedly compensated quite a bit for their work, and then they even gave this artist credit on the game itself as a consultant or something like that. This wasn't even the first time, though, that Bungie has been in hot water for being accused of this sort of thing, so it really was just an awful look, and certainly did not help public perception of this game or this studio. And now that we are seeing these screenshots from a Discord server suggesting that Bungie is paying people for posts on Reddit to create hype, well, that's just not good. And I think anyone can be forgiven for just knee-jerk believing that this is true. Here is the post, though, that brought this to my attention on X. This person wrote, "Confirmed, there really is a Reddit task content farm for Marathon. Here's some posts from their Discord. It's $3 per comment/reply and $5 per main post." And then, if you look at the original screenshot that was posted alongside this, the image does appear to show a legit Discord server, and the person at the top there posted the message to everyone in the server on February 27th, which was right during the Server Slam weekend for Marathon, which is definitely right when a company like Bungie would have wanted to generate as much hype as possible. Anyhow, this Discord message to the server says,
Wait, this is easily believable. I think everyone should believe it because have you really not seen those videos of Asian bot farms? And when I say bot, they're not. I think they technically fall under the definition, but you know, it's a little farm where there's like hundreds of mobile devices hooked up to a wall, and a person is just manually liking a video on all of them. Have you not seen them? Like there's hundreds of those.
OP tasks will allow you to make a comment or reply on the post where you are the original poster. OP task will have a special badge next to it, and only you will be able to claim it. You are still not allowed to claim non-OP tasks and comment/reply on them.
Wait. Only 0 task pulled, but why is there a dot here?
Tasks are currently locked to Marathon task pool only. $5 per successful post. Views and reply count screenshots are needed to be compensated. And then here is another screenshot.
By the way, you know what's the funniest part about this? This is a real company. First of all, this is a real company. Second of all, there's a small chance that Bungie did not even know that this is happening, because it's not like they vet every company that actually does this. There's situations where big companies like Bungie buy a marketing company, and that marketing company then subsidizes other companies to do this stuff for them.
That was provided in a reply. It says in this one at the top that there are referral rewards. Each referral is worth 50 cents. To claim a referral, you must invite a friend with your link, and they have to do one task on the platform. And then under karma farming, they are encouraging people to build up their karma on Reddit. It says, since the cooldowns were halved and also cleared for everyone, you guys must farm karma and do more organic posts. I hope you guys enjoy the changes and make sure to be active. And then it says, on a post dated March 4th, which was the day before Marathon launched, but it says, from now on, we will regularly prune members who have not been active in the past 7 days to make room for new people. Make sure to log in, do tasks, and stay active. Marathon Launch Day reminder starting tomorrow. Marathon assigned tasks can now be claimed every 6 hours. Take advantage of this reduced cooldown until Monday at 6 a.m. So, you get the gist. It appears that these people are paying for posts that hype up the game Marathon. Now, for clarity, you have to take screenshots like this with at least a little bit of salt. It is certainly possible that this is somehow an elaborate fake, though it does look legitimate even to...
It could be an elaborate fake. But even if it is a fake, it doesn't matter because there is a place that does this legitimately. It doesn't matter if it's a fake, because there's gonna be a place, or probably places, that do this legitimately. This is nothing new.
AI, I ran it through Grok, and Grok seems to think that this is legit, or at least it didn't have any reason to suspect that it wasn't legit. This was originally posted on a subreddit though, and I have been reaching out to the original poster of this material in an attempt to verify how much of this is true, but as of the time of this recording, I have not heard anything back yet. But the crazy thing is, Bungie has literally no benefit of the doubt from me at all. First of all, people have long suspected that this sort of thing is being done by all of these big companies, which would explain why Reddit is such a cesspool of dog shit information.
Also, speaking about Reddit, wasn't there some kind of experimenting study done that proved that like 50% of Reddit is literally this type of content pushing?
But Bungie's reputation has become so terrible with all of their shenanigans.
I mean, we live in a time where literally, if you think that this is not real, completely independent of if those screenshots are real. If you think that type of stuff doesn't happen, I don't know what to tell you. It's like, you do live an easier life, that's for sure.
That my default position when something like this comes up is to assume that it is likely true. And so, assuming that this is an actual Discord server, this screenshot that we looked at, and that people are being paid to farm content for Marathon, it really goes to show who...
Well, I think it's gonna... Whoa, there's a post? Big post. Marathon has sold... we know this. We already talked about this actually yesterday. You know it's gonna be good next. I think I'm gonna do Tuesday Marathon video, probably, unless something interesting happens in the weekdays. Who knows? Well, nothing's gonna happen. Marathon currently is sitting at above 40k players, like this much above. Doesn't matter. I think Monday it's gonna fall below 40. I think it's gonna be 36, maybe? 37, 35, maybe? Who honestly knows? But it's probably falling. No reason to assume otherwise at this point. And we're going to talk about the newest pivot from the Marathon fanboys, which is going to be pretty funny. Because this is what they're doing now, I have noticed. There's people claiming that Marathon is just a very niche thing because it's the hardcore extraction shooters, and extraction shooters are not popular. They have very minor, small fan base. Yeah, I'm sure our creators agrees with you. Very minor, very small fan bases, struggling to sell 1 million copies indeed. In any case, that was a doctor disaster. 10 out of 10. Bye.